This outsider, Lionel Verney, narrates a tale of complicated tragic love and of the gradual extermination of the human race by plague. So this might be a bit close. Hello! Welcome to another Writing World video. My name is Bethany and it was my birthday this weekend. And so I figured I would do a little birthday book haul. So I only got 3 actual books for my birthday, like as gifts, but the week before I was away in Glasgow and I bought myself some books as a wee early birthday present, and then I received a couple of gift vouchers for Waterstones and used them and bought more books on them. Bought more books with those, and so I'm including them in this video as well. That's Pete, by the way. He was made for me by a friend, my work colleague. I love him. His name is Pete. And then I have my wonky octopuses in the background as well. So I've got quite a few books to show you, so let's just crack on. So I was in Glasgow for a couple of concerts. One of them was a McFly one, which I'm now wearing the t-shirt for, and the other one was All Time Low, which was hands down the best night of my life. But in between those 2 concerts, I was wandering around Glasgow, going through shops before I met my friend for lunch, and we ended up going into Waterstones. But before that, the TK Maxx in Glasgow is actually really big. It's bigger than the one where I live. And they have books. They had an entire section for books. So I was like, yeah, sure. I don't know what's up with the lighting, by the way. It keeps going in and out. I'm not entirely sure why. I think it might be the camera focus. But anyway, we'll suffer through. So I went to TK Maxx and they had some books. So I was like, yeah, let's get some books. They were 2 at 99 each. I got Toni Morrison's Beloved, which I've heard is quite spooky. I'm not sure how true that is. I'm excited to read it though. And it's a vintage classic edition, and I love these editions. I have a big pile of them there, the red ones in the back, just behind the other octopus. They're all my vintage collection, vintage classics collection. So I got that one. This is one I was probably most excited for finding in a random TK Maxx. It was also £2.99, £3. Jane Austen's Sanditon, which I think is how you pronounce it. But this isn't just Sanditon, this is Sanditon and the Watsons, which was her unfinished work, the one that she never finished. And also it has Lady Susan in it. Now Lady Susan is incredibly difficult, I've heard, to find in a paperback copy. Can I help you? Just take my seat. What was I saying? Yeah. So Lady Susan is a story in letters that Jane Austen wrote, and it's supposed to be really good. It's supposed to be one of her best works, and a very, if you quote Sex Education, a very understated piece of feminist literature, and I'm very keen to read it. So I cannot believe I found this in a random TK Maxx for £3. I'm fucking delighted. And then I went into... She's so demanding. And then I went into W.H. Smith, and I bought a magazine on occultism, and I also bought Bill Bryson's Notes from a Small Island. So this is travel writing. This is travel writing. I don't know what else you would call it. But part of my creative writing course, which I will be posting vlogs of, and I'll pop those up in the cards when they're live. But part of my creative writing course involves writing non-fiction, which includes travel writing and autobiography, memoir, and things like that. And I have no experience with any of these things. So I was like, I'll read some travel writing and we'll do that. That's why I got that one. And that one was a tenner, I think. A tenner. It says £8.99 on the back, but I'm pretty sure they charged me a tenner for it. Hello, can I help you? And then I went into actual Waterstones with my friend, and I went in looking for Junji Ito's Censor. Bless you. I loved Uzumaki. I have Romina and I haven't read it yet, and then I heard this was coming out in the English translation, and was coming out in September, and I wanted to order it online, and I was like, no, I kind of want to have it. And it took me 15 minutes, the dust cover's coming off, it took me 15 minutes to find this in the Waterstones, because they're, the one in Silverburn, their graphic novel section is not alphabetized. I had a look, all I could see was Tomy, which was like £25, because it's massive. And I was like, there's nothing else. And then I happened to wander back, looking for something else, and found it. buzzing. Oh, hello. You tired? You're tired, puppy? Aww. I don't know if you just saw that. She just tried to pick up this book and she just stopped me. I have to pet her continuously the entire time. Otherwise she throws a fit. I also bought 6 Crimson Cranes by Elizabeth Lim. So I literally just happened to be walking past the display and this was on it and it looked gorgeous. And I was like, why retelling of a fairy tale? Yeah, let's go with that. So that's why I bought this one. It looks gorgeous, and I didn't realise that Elizabeth Lim also has other retellings. I found them while I was looking. Hello, can I help you? Don't knock my copy of Beloved off the bed. There you go. I found this in the. It says it's a young adult retelling, but I found it in the fantasy section of the Waterstones Near Me. When I went in the other day, and I also found 2 other ones that are very similarly pretty, but so I'm going back in town today, so I might go and buy them today. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, it was gorgeous. Don't you try and eat Pete? Where are you going? Don't eat my wool. No. Decided she didn't want to be here anymore. If I wasn't gonna let her chew the wool, she wasn't staying. So yeah, so this is a retelling of the 6. Was it the 6 Swan? The story of the 6 Swans, which is a Grimm's fairy tale, I think, which is a Grimm's Brothers fairy tale. But she also has 2 other ones that look absolutely gorgeous, and I might go and buy those today. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah. And also, at the same time, I bought Christina Henry's The Ghost Tree. So this is actually our October read for the Femme Fatale Book Club, which is a book club that I run on Instagram. I'll post a link to my Instagram down in the description. We exclusively read dark fiction by female authors. So previously we read Angela Carter's The Bloody Chamber, and that sort of collection of short stories. And we read Francine Toon's Pine. Both reviews of which should be coming soon, I guess. But I've read Alice by Christina Henry and The Mermaid, and I have a couple of other books by her. I think I have Lost Boy as well. I think I have 2 copies of Lost Boy actually. But yeah, they're all kind of based off of fairy tales, and I think this is more original. I'm not sure if this is based off of a fairy tale or not, but it looks great. I haven't started it yet, but I'm very keen to read it. And then so I came back from Glasgow, and then I went to, I happened to be getting a tattoo. I had my moth coloured, can you see that? My moth. I had my moth coloured on Friday, and while I was in town, I just happened to go into the Waterstones in there, so I got a few other books. So I specifically went in looking for Susanna Clarke's newest one, which is, I'm not sure if it's Piranesi or Piranesi, I'm not entirely sure how you pronounce it. But this was the winner of the Women's Prize for Fiction book this year, and it was just, it's supposed to be amazing. I didn't know what to expect going in. I didn't read Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell, but I'm now about halfway through this, and I've decided that I can't wait, and I bought her debut novel and her short story collection, and they should be coming tomorrow, I think. It's just the prose in this is so poetic, and I absolutely love the puzzle that it's presenting and how I like having to figure it out. It's incredible. I love it so much. I also bought The Travelling Cat Chronicles by Hiro Arakawa. I think I'm so sorry if I butcher the name. I have a soft spot for Japanese literature about cats, so any Japanese book about cats that I find, I buy, which you will see soon. And this is about a cat on a road trip, and I absolutely love the concept of this. This was actually the 1000th book. Buying this made it the 1000th book that I have basically in my house. So this is my 1000th book. I was considering doing a book shelf tour of all 1000 of my books, these ones and the ones here. So let me know if you'd be interested in that. Something I'm quite keen on doing. I think it'd be very interesting. And then I bought The Phantom of the Opera, the Penguin Classics version. I have never seen the musical. I know the musical's supposed to be good. I wanted to give the book a read. this image on the front is terrifying. So I love it. So yeah, I got that. And then I also got I'm a Cat by Soseki Natsume. So along the same lines, Japanese literature. This was £17 for this. It's £17. And I showed it to my mum and she went, "It's not in Japanese, is it?" And I went, "Oh god, I fucking hope not." But it's not in Japanese, so we're all good. It's basically life in a city as told through the perspective of a kitten. And I'm fucking buzzing to read it. It's right up my street. So for my actual birthday, I received 3 books. The first of these was Smallpox, Death of a Disease. This was written by D.A. Henderson. D.A. Henderson was the man who was put in charge of the World Health Organization's campaign to eliminate smallpox, and I cannot wait to read this, honestly. Smallpox really interests me, which is a fucking bizarre thing to say, but it's true. I just think it's fascinating. I really want to read it. It's been sitting on my wish list for absolutely ages, and I got it for my birthday, so. I also got Gavin de Becker's The Gift of Fear. So I see this recommended a lot online about how to sort of tune into your instincts, I guess. It's written by a guy, he's apparently the US's expert on violent behaviour. But it's all about how you need to like trust your gut and how you should how to avoid dangerous situations. And then finally for my birthday I received Middlemarch by George Eliot. So I have wanted to read this book for ages. I thought it was bigger than this, and then I opened it, and this font is very small. You probably can't even see that. The font's very small. But I'm keen. I'm gonna read it. I love the feel of this as well. The new Penguin Classics editions, because they feel very loose. They feel very easy to open. I don't like when you get a paperback and you have to like break the spine in yourself. I don't like that. But the spine is completely unbroken. I don't know if you can see that, but the spine is completely smooth. So I am buzzing. So then, as part of my creative writing course, I had to buy a dictionary and a grammar book, and at the same time I was like, I'm gonna buy myself a book as well. My birthday should be delivered on my birthday. I'm gonna order myself a book, and it got delivered 2 days late. But I also bought myself this novella, The Guest Cat by Takashi Hirayuki. I'm so sorry. It's about a couple with who are struggling in their marriage, and then this cat shows up and I guess fixes everything, I hope. But it's really thin. It's only a couple hundred pages, if that. I think 140 pages. I cannot wait to read this. And now onto the books that I bought for my birthday. So I received a £15 Waterstones voucher and I spent that and then doubled it. And then I paid for first class shipping. So it arrived today. So I'm gonna put this here. I'm gonna put it here. So I bought the first thing I bought is a Oxford World Classics edition, because I love these editions, as you will see if you watch my study vlog when it goes up. So this is Constellation Myths. These are ancient Greek constellation myths that have been sort of gathered together. But look at that cover. Like, look at that cover. Isn't that just the prettiest thing you've ever seen? I love it so much. I love stars and I love constellations, and I was like, I'm gonna figure out why stars look, why we have constellations, and I bought that. There's 2 massive big books in here, and I wasn't anticipating 2 big ones. I was only anticipating 1 big one, and I think the biggest one isn't even the one that I was anticipating. So, but before we get to that, this is another Oxford World Classic. So this is Mary Shelley's The Last Man. I have recently become obsessed with Mary Shelley. I think she's the fucking greatest person I've ever heard of. She's the best. I have no idea what this is about. But apparently it's set in the future, so it is the 21st century, and England is a republic governed by a ruling elite, one of whom, Adrian Earl of Windsor even, has introduced a Cumbrian boy to the circle. This outsider, Lionel Verney, narrates a tale of complicated tragic love and of the gradual extermination of the human race by plague. So this might be a bit close to what... Yeah, okay, so this might be real. This might be actually happening as we go. So my tattoo artist was telling me about this book that she was reading called The Eye of the World, and it's the first in the Wheel of Time series. Now, I am not one for stereotypical, massive, big, high fantasy novels that are written by men that are just all exactly the same. Castles and horses and quests and shit. I'm not into that. However, this is becoming a prime It's going to be a series on Prime. And I was intrigued because Game of Thrones was good. Apparently, I still haven't read them. And I was like, well, I'll see if I can get into it more than I could get into Game of Thrones the first time I tried to read it. I'm just a glutton for punishment, basically. It's fucking massive, and I wanted to buy a big book, which brings me to my next and final purchase of this list, which is I have been before I show you probably just saw it, but before I show you this, I have to tell you that when I was a child, my favorite book was Eragon. That was my favorite series. I read it about once a month. In the space of about 3 days each time, and I got it for my birthday one year. My copy, actually, where is my copy? I'll show you how battered my copy is. That's how bad my copy has seen things, right? My copy has seen. Look at that spine. Look how yellowed these pages are. My copy has seen things, right? And I was absolutely fucking envious as fuck because I was like 9, and this guy was 15 when he wrote this, and I was like, I want to write a book, which didn't fucking happen, but sure. Swearing more than normal in this video. And I loved it so much. I cried every single time. So the minute that I heard that Christopher Paolini had come back after a good, can you see how fucking creased and battered that is? I carried this everywhere with me. Well, I'm surprised the pages were all still in it. My other ones are the same. I got hardbacks for the last 2, but Eldest is the same. So when I heard that Christopher Paolini was coming back with a new book after so long, I was like, I've got to read that. I don't know what it's about. I don't care. I've got to read it. But I kept forgetting what it was called, and I didn't really want a hardback because I prefer paperback. So I waited till it came back in paperback, and then completely forgot about it. And then just every so often, I would be wandering around. And I'd be like, "Fuck, that's what it's called. I ain't go buy it." So I finally bought it, To Sleep in a Sea of Stars by Christopher Paolini. This is the last book that I bought for myself. I don't know what it's about. I know it's about space. I know people say Eragon's rubbish. I loved it. I'm hoping I love this just as much, because honestly, Eragon was my entire childhood. Like, that entire series was my entire childhood, and I loved it. And I mean, it has good reviews on the back, as they all do. But yeah, I was buzzing to finally get that. That was all the books I bought for my birthday until today when I go into Waterstones to buy some more. Because why not? But yeah, I'll post links to, don't throw the scissors around, Jesus Christ. I'll post links to my social media down below, my Instagram and Twitter, and my blog with book reviews and that on it down below in the description. I'll also post a link to my vlogs up in the card, as I said. Thank you very much for watching. When's your birthday? Tell me that in the comments. Let me know. I'll send you a personal happy birthday message on your birthday, if I remember. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you really, really, really liked it, maybe consider subscribing. I do reviews, book reviews, book hauls, book everything, basically. Makes my day when I see people subscribe, and also if you subscribe, you might see more of Callie. Maybe, if she decides to grace us with her presence again. But you'll definitely see more of me and more of Pete. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye!